Hello friends, today we're opening a Magic the Gathering Edge of Eternities Play Booster display. Okay, so as we said, Edge of Eternities Play Booster display we're opening today here. Now, this is a little bit different for anyone who's not used to the channel. We usually don't do stuff like this necessarily. We mostly do Pokemon, but we've been branching out. We've been doing stuff like Union Arena and Sorcery, and now we're probably going to start doing a decent bit of Magic on here. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, first Magic set for the channel, Edge of Eternities. So we're just going to go through here, and we're looking for some, good cards, some singles really, that we can use to build, some decks, commander decks, things like that. So now, this is going to be our first rare here. So for anyone who's not used to Magic, is the rarity is the easiest way to tell is just look at this little icon down here. There's like a little R right there. So our Anacausal Vestige, and there's our foil back there, Mouth of the Storm. So there's two different varieties for this set. We have two that we're going to talk about, Play Booster and Collector Boosters. And the Play Boosters, this is the only foil type you can get out of here, I believe, is this standard foil. The other foil types are in the collector's boosters, which are much more expensive. So there's a foil land right there. We'll certainly take that. We're going to sleeve these foils up, and a nice little token. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting because anyone who's used to Magic probably doesn't need me to tell them about the rarities or anything like that. And so I'll try not to be too harping on that, but like I said, traditionally my channel is more so about Pokemon, so anyone who may be watching who's new to Magic may find that stuff useful. But we're going to try to go through this kind of quickly here. We kind of accidentally took that rare Archenemy's Charm, and we got the Ice Cave Crasher foil, and there is an island, borderless island here. Very nice. We'll certainly take that. So there's different I guess you could call them varieties. You have like borderless, extended art, stuff like that. So we'll see a couple different types in here in the lander. So I think I mentioned I'm certainly not an expert on Magic. I have played a little bit, but I'm not going to know every single card in here that is an awesome card right now. But I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and sleeve up all the rares, foils, mythics, etc., or any cool borderless altar, all that stuff, or extended art. So there's a rare right there, Pain for All. Keep that. Scouts of Survivors. There's a little foil for us. Nice little swampland and a lander. So as we go through here, I will try to pay attention for the extended art and the borderless. Sometimes it's like, especially the extended art, it's a little easy to miss for me. So we'll see. There's a rare Looming Class Frigate. Pretty cool. Certainly take that. Faller's Faithful. It's a nice... I love the way the foil actually looks on there. Plains and a lander. Now, for anyone who may not know, like any of my normal Pokemon viewers, Magic is a lot more about the playability of the cards for the most part here, rather than the card art. I mean, obviously there's some really nice looking cards in here, and people do collect those to some extent, but I would say the majority of people are looking for cards they're actually going to play. So there's a rare Stellia Reclaimer. That's a cool little art there. I'm a big art appreciator, so I'm still going to comment on the art. Doesn't mean there's not anything cool in here. Just most people looking for these cards are looking for them to play with in Magic, which is a little different than Pokemon for the most part. Nanoform Sentinel, another cool little foil, and Plains. So as you may have noticed, we have not seen any mythics yet. They're certainly not guaranteed every pack. I believe there's something like 1 in 8. Someone can correct me if I am wrong about that. It's very possible. A little Stomping Ground rare. There's another rare, Redos Deft Gastronaut. So the layout of these packs, I'm definitely not an expert on it, but I know it's a little bit kind of like Pokemon, how toward the back you have those 3 different slots where you could have your 2 reverse hollows in your hollow slot, where it could be like an illustration rare, an ultra rare, or an SIR in those slots. Something similar here. You can have like a rare replace like a different rarity and stuff like that, or you get a mythic, things of that nature. So once again, I think they're going to be toward the back here, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works here. Little Hemosymbic Might foil, another land, and a lander token again. So I haven't really paid attention if it's come up yet, but one thing to know about this set is it's kind of like, if you think back to, for my Pokemon people, Crown Zenith or something like that, where they had the Galarian Gallery as well as the main set, the Crown Zenith set. This is something similar, where we have the Edge of Eternities set that's in here, and there's also like a Stellar Sights sheet, I think they call it, which is basically another subset or whatever. So you'll see these all have EOE down here. The other ones will have EOS. So, oh my gosh, okay, hold on. We got a little rare borderless card here, Terra Symbiosis. So these are kind of more of the cards where you know, probably think to collect these. It's like a full art or alt art from Pokemon here. Very cool little card right here. I definitely appreciate that. So these can not only be like borderless or whatever, they can also be foils on top of that, I believe. So that's what we'd really want to see, like a borderless foil, right? But this is still pretty cool, so we'll certainly take that. Sammy's Curiosity, Swamp, and a lander. So yeah, the main stuff we're looking for in here, stuff like Ancient Tomb. We'll certainly take that guy if we see him. There's a bunch of other ones. Like I said, the majority of these cards we're looking for in here are playable cards, which is kind of a cool thing. Leah, Guided by Light, that's pretty sweet. We have Landseeker, foil, Forest, and a lander. But yeah, like I was saying, we look for that Ancient Tomb, Tezzeret, Exalted Sunborn, Gemstone Cavern, stuff like that would be really cool to get. Chrome Companion, like a half corgi, half motorcycle thing there. That's ridiculous. And half of those are going to be in that Stellar Sight subset, I believe, and the other half are going to be in the main set. Keep on to pull the rare up when I do that. Emissary Escort rare, certainly take that guy. Frenzied Bailoff. I like the colors in this card. You know, so it's obviously a green card here. Got the forest lands here, and I like the way that color kind of bleeds into the card itself. Like it's green here, and it's also kind of a green blue in there. Looks really good in that foil is what I'm saying. So, lander. Yeah, once again, I apologize for any magic focused people in particular if I'm spending a little too much time on the art or explaining anything incorrectly, which is very likely. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is an EOS card right here. So this is that Stellar Sight subset. And this is another like borderless card here. This is really cool. Inventor's Fair. I love the font on there. This is a mythic. This is our first mythic. I almost missed that. That's so pretty cool. We actually got a mythic here. We're certainly going to take that. I mean, like I said, I think they're like 1 in 8. We've definitely opened more than that at this point, I believe, but we will certainly take that card. Legendary Land. So that's a great little hit for us there. Little rare, sorry, Possible Technician, Craft Pack, Monoist. Again, that purple looks so good. The foil, I do like the default foil in Magic. It's kind of nice. It kind of reminds me of the way Sorceries looks too a little bit. So I'm pretty much top loading anything mythic or borderless. I don't necessarily know. Like I said, I mentioned some of the really top cards out of here, but I do not know necessarily the value of a lot of these cards. So I'm just gonna just go with that plan right now. I'm just gonna top load those guys because otherwise I'd be top loading all these other ones. The foils usually aren't worth a lot unless it's a really nice card. So, but I still like to sleeve the foils. Secluded Starforge. That's pretty cool. Starforge makes me think of KOTOR, which is one of my favorite games. The original, that is. Swarmcaller. Pretty cool. Ooh, there's a foil land. Certainly take that. And a robot. All right. There's that Graph Pack Mono we just got the foil of a few minutes ago. Dual Sun technique is pretty cool. Servandum Sunstar Exemplar. That's pretty sweet. We'll take that. Another foil here, the Turbo Drone. Kind of funny. Ooh, look at that borderless land here, the swamp. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's a nasty looking swamp right there. Certainly take that. And lander. Alright, sorry about that. I'm going to speed these up a little bit because I tend to go a little slow when I'm doing like a different game because I feel the need to try to explain it, and I may not even be the best person. Okay, we had a really cool mythic back there, which I keep showing. I just saw that, but we're going to go back to that. With the Sludge Class Seed Ship, which is a rare. And there we go, Adagio Windswept Bastion. That's a foil mythic. Borderless card, I guess? That is like crazy. That seems like a pretty good hit to me. As a land planet. That's pretty cool. Little plains, we'll take that guy. Hey, there's a borderless plains behind it. Okay, that is a good pack right there. So interesting thing is, so that card we just got, for example, even though that is not only a mythic, it is also, oh my gosh, okay, we're getting some cool cards. Let me just stop here. We got this mythic here. I believe this is a showcase, is what they call them. Someone can correct me. I'm not the best at determining that, but or maybe it's because it's the special guest that's different. I may need some correcting there. I'm definitely not an expert on that, but it's got this different art style is what I'm getting at. It's not the normal Magic the Gathering looks like, you know, art. This is obviously looks like a book from the 50s or something, or a comic book. Okay, I think the distinction here as well is special guest just means this comes from another set. Whereas showcase is, you know, the way the card looks essentially. So this is both a special guest and a showcase, I believe. So sorry for getting that maybe a little wrong there, but we will definitely take that. That is a pretty darn good hit, I believe. We're certainly going to hold that there. And notice that kind of came in the middle of the pack, so I think it can just kind of take over any slot, you know, so it's not exactly like Pokemon like I was saying earlier. So I definitely did not expect that in the middle of the thing like that. Okay, there's a rare Singularity Rupture and a foil Melt Strider's Resolve. Hey, there we go, foil borderless land island. We'll certainly take that guy. That's awesome. That was a great pack. I feel like we're getting really good packs where like they have a bunch of cool stuff in them. Okay, what I was trying to say earlier, I think I got cut off by a pretty cool pull there, but the foils in here are much more common than something like sorcery, so the foil version of a card may not necessarily be that much more you know, value quote than a non-foil version. So it's actually kind of cool. Breeding Pool, I do believe this is a pretty playable card here. We will certainly take that guy. That's a rare. There's a mythic behind it, the Endstone. Okay, we're getting pretty lucky. I feel like we went pretty dry at the very beginning for mythics, but now we're hitting a bunch of these guys. We'll certainly take that guy too. And a foil Temporal Intervention, which I had trouble saying for some reason. So I probably should have stacked or something the common and uncommon foils we're getting, because we definitely don't have enough room over there for all our hits. I like that art on there, Sculpting Blast. That's really interesting. That is a very interesting art style there. Okay, there we go. Entropic Battle Cruiser. It's a nice little rare right there. And we got a Hulk Armor behind it. Yeah, we may do a little cleanup over there in a minute, just to make it. Either that, we're just gonna stack. We'll see how lazy I'm feeling once we get there. Gigastorm Titan, Debris Field Crusher, pretty cool. Moonlit Meditation, there's a rare. Remnant Elemental, that is a cool looking elemental guy. Check the guy out. Very nice. Nice art there. Yeah, I certainly feel Someone can tell me, but I mean, you can. I guess we can just look. This is common 0252 is the card number, so I think there's a heck of a lot more cards in here than there are in something like Pokemon or Sorcery even. There's quite a lot of cards in here in this set. What did I just pass over? Common there. Okay, make sure I didn't like pass over something there. Got a foil fell grav ship, foil swamp. No rare that pack. Lander. Okay, that's what I went. I knew something was amiss there. Like, I think it got stuck. Quantum Riddler was in there. I don't know how we missed this. This is a pretty darn good card. It's a mythic, and I believe this is pretty playable. So I'm glad I took a look there. I knew something was amiss. Okay, I think we've gotten pretty darn lucky here tonight. You know, I will say this isn't like Pokemon where you open a box and you get back like 1/10. Like most of the cards are worth like a penny. So Magic, it is actually possible to open a box and like, you know, sell the singles and kind of recoup that box cost basically. It's not really going to happen in Pokemon, but Magic, there's the possibility. So we've done pretty darn well here tonight on what we've gotten here. Ice Till Explorer, a little rare there. Bright Spear Zealot, very cool. I like the little cape and all the little flourish around them there. That's pretty sweet. I like that. Another foil planes, we'll take that. And Lander. Yeah, and anyone who's watched my channel for a while knows that in my Pokemon videos, I stopped talking about the value of the cards. I just think I did that mostly because Pokemon was in like a really crazy spot. It still kind of is. Whereas Magic, I think a lot of these cards, their value more so comes from how playable they are. So I don't mind talking about it here because most people, you know, they're going to get these boxes, they're going to open them, they're going to sell, you know, trade or sell singles to get other cards to play with. So I think it's a little bit of a different conversation than what it is in Pokemon. So I just wanted to address that real quick. But check this out, another mythic here, Tannic Steadfast second. That is, we're getting really, really lucky, I feel like. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, we've gotten quite a few mythics in here. And I do believe that's a pretty good one. Thrumming Hive Pool, a little rare. And we have a foil rare behind there, Zolfit Osteoharmonist. That is a really, really cool looking card. Oh my gosh. See, the foil in here, it's just like the same foil, but it enhances the art so well. It kind of reminds me of the... Now, I'm going to say this reminds me, but it's not exactly the same. What I'm saying is that in Pokemon, in Prismatic Evolutions, they had that for the Pokeballs and the Master Balls. They had that like that textured thing they added to every single card, and it's like that in that it enhances the card so much, even though it's a pretty simple idea. So I think that's really cool. Anyway, that's a great hit right there. And then we got a borderless land behind it. What is with these packs? We get so much stuff. Okay, I am just stacking over there with complete reckless abandon. That's a sweet looking space dragon. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm just going to town over there stacking, so you're not going to be able to tell what's new over there. Are you kidding me? Okay, is that another... Okay, another Stellar Sights EOS Mythic Borderless card, Plaza of Heroes. That's an interesting name. I guess it's because these like asteroids and stuff are all shaped like people. I guess those are asteroids. I don't know a ton about the lore behind Edge of Eternities here. Basically, I know that there's like a black hole, which has a name, which I forget. It's right there. And that kind of defines this whole area here. I think that's actually what the top hit out of here in the Collector's Boosters is that black hole card. I just don't remember what the heck it's called off the top of my head, but we'll certainly take that. I feel like we've gotten crazy luck here, but maybe this is just expected. Depressurized. That guy is not having a good day right there. Common foil. We'll certainly take that though. All right, these boxes only have like 30 packs, I believe now, so it's kind of crazy how long it's been taking here, but I've been talking a lot. That's really cool. I love this little like weird robot cat thing. Is that what's going on here? That's creepy. But yeah, we still have a good number of packs in there. I feel like we have like what, like 10 or something? It can't be that many. Maybe I'm just miscounting, but I can't really see. But space-time anomaly, pretty cool. I like that. Is that like a big old dragon or fish coming out of there? Very cool. I like that. Rare, devastating onslaught. Another very nice little piece of art there. It's a mythic too. We're getting okay. I must be wrong about the 1 and 8 with mythic. I thought I saw that was a thing. 1 and 8. I don't know. That's a crazy amount of mythics. Memorial team leader. I did just look it up, by the way. It is 1 and 8 for mythics. Now, I don't know how many we've gotten, but we've certainly gotten more than our fair share in this box. It's a little silly, I'm gonna say. So someone's happy with us today. Seriema, nice little rare there. 4-plate pangolin is pretty cool. It's our foil. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back through here and check my tokens because it's very possible I missed a pretty nice token somewhere in there because they all have that robot on the one side, I believe. So very easy to just kind of go past. I keep pulling that card. That's why I missed that mythic before, and I just dropped it. Beyond the Quiet, rare. Okay, pretty cool. Germinating worm. That looks really cool. I love that art. A little common there in a foil. Very nice. Alright, I keep saying I'm going to hurry this up, so let me start speeding up a little bit here. That felt like 2 cards, though. So I mean, I say I'm going to speed up and immediately I have to stop to see if I pull 2 cards, like I just did there. Synthesizer Lab Ship, we will take that. That's a rare. And we have a foil rare, Lumen Class Frigate, which we did pull before, but this one's a foil. A little island and a lander. This box just like never ends. There's like at least like 5 more packs in there. Oh my gosh, I must be going that slow. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? We got the mythic borderless quantum riddler here. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. I cannot believe that. So we got the quantum riddler earlier, which is already like a pretty good card, and then we get this version. I can't. That it has to be like 7 or 8 mythics. Like I haven't really been keeping track that well, but for 1 and 8, we're doing pretty darn good. And this one's got to be pretty good. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that. Let's put that down gently here. All Fate Scroll, little uncommon foil there. The lander. Okay, we've certainly done well with this box. I don't even understand how, but we've been kind of killing it here. So I picked the right box to open today. Let's just say that. Weapons manufacturing, pretty cool. We'll take that rare. A little Void Forge Titan is our foil and a lander. Starbreach Whale, that's pretty cool. That's I forget what they're called in Spelljammer, those whales. That's what it made me think of. Atomic. Oh my gosh. Crystal Quarry. Rare. Another borderless. I don't know what the rate is for those, but that's pretty cool. I do like the font they use for a lot of these guys. That is very nice. That's another Stellar Sights card right there. Crystal Quarry land. Very nice. I mean, really good box here. That's all I'm gonna say. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I should note that Crystal Quarry borderless rare it's not like that crazy of a card, like value-wise, but I think it looks cool, so I'm pretty happy with it anyway. So I'm still gonna see how cool it is. There's another, oh my gosh, another borderless rare, Echoing Deeps. So I love this. Look at that. Like that singularity up there, and it's just like sending out waves across this. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. There's that Osteoharmonist we saw before in a non-foil. Sinister Cryologist, that's pretty cool. Foil lamp. What is with these packs? There's so many hits in here. Okay, we did finally make it to our last pack here. We could get something cool in here, we'll see. If we get a mythic, I'll be We're not gonna get a mythic. That would just be so stupid. Oh, it's a rare, the Loading Zone. Interesting name right there, but very cool art. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, we got the Tezzeret as our mythic too. Oh, I just said we're not gonna get one. That's the last pack magic. Oh my gosh. I can't believe. Okay, this box. This was a good box. I mean, what else me to say? That's a really good card. Obviously, it's a super playable card. Legendary Planeswalker. Oh my gosh. We will certainly take that. That's a heck of a way to end it, and a borderless forest at the end there. If you enjoyed watching us open this Edge of Eternities play booster display, check out these other videos where we open packs of trading cards. Thanks for watching, and have a great one.